Hi, this is Dennis with thesoundadvisor.com. I'm going to talk about delay and how to use a plugin like delay in an application such as Pro Tools, and that'll transition over to Logic, Cubase, whatever you're using. It's all pretty much the same. So right now I just have a really simple session set up. I just have this shaker right here, bar 1, beat 1, and it's on bar 2, beat 1 as well. So let's just take a listen to that and we'll see what it sounds like. My session is set to 120 BPM. You can see that down here in the transport, and you can see it up here on the tempo track. So let's just take a listen. Okay, great. Really simple. So let's go over to the insert on that channel, and I'll just pull down and go over to delay. There's a really simple one in Pro Tools 11. It's called Mod Delay 3. There's going to be one very similar to this in whatever application you're using, just a really simple delay. All the settings, knobs, and buttons are going to be in yours as well. So right here we got factory presets. Just about every plugin comes with this kind of stuff, and it's a good starting point. You can, if you're looking for some kind of weird sound, you can do a phase shifter and stuff like that. But we're just going to use it as a straight delay. So I'm going to go to 120 BPM sync. And what that sync is, that allows the timing of the delay to link to the tempo of your session. So I can then click on a note value, like a quarter note, and it changes the delay time based on that tempo. So if I go to eighth, you can see it gets cut in half, it decreases, and click on 16th and it decreases even more. So I'll just put it on quarter right now, and I'm going to set this feedback to 0. Now if I can click in any of these boxes, I can type in a value. I'm going to type 0 and enter. We'll talk about feedback in a second. I'm also going to take this slider here and put it right in the middle. So I'm going to hear the dry signal, that original shaker over here, and then we should hear one delayed shaker, and that'll be the wet signal. And they should be about equal. So it should be a bop, bop kind of thing. So let's take a listen and see what that sounds like. Okay. Now let me just increase that to eighth notes. Take a listen. 16ths. Great. Really simple, right? Now the feedback is a knob that allows that delayed signal to come back in and regenerate. So it'll give you an effect sort of like a bop, 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 bop. It'll sort of decay over time. So I'm just going to put it up, whatever, 11%, and that should provide a couple little beats afterwards. And I have this back to quarter notes, so let's see what it sounds like. And I'll go to eighths, and then 16ths. Okay, great. Now let's increase that feedback. Let's bring it up to, say, 50%-ish and see what that sounds like. That should provide a delay that's going to sound more like a bop, 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 bop. So it's going to take longer for it to start trailing away. And let's put it back on quarter notes and take a listen. Let's put on eighths. So if you go up too high with the feedback and with what we have set up here, it doesn't have time for it to decay before the next shaker hit happens. So I can also take off the sync and pull this knob up and set it to any milliseconds that I want. Sometimes it's desirable to have sort of a delay that's really not quite in time with the track. And you could get it in time, hit the sync, get it in time, say I want quarter note-ish kind of delay, then click the sync off, and then just kind of bring it up a little bit. It'll kind of give you like a little fluctuation. Might be kind of cool. So the other things in here, so just about every delay has some kind of a EQ, and this has a low pass filter. So what this does is when I turn it up, so if I had it, say, set at 1,000, on the delayed signal, on the wet signal that we're hearing, I wouldn't hear anything above 1,000 hertz. So it would be a darker delay. So we'll take a listen and see what it sounds like. I'll put it back to quarter note, and it's going to be on 50%. Let's see what that sounds like. And you can hear I don't know if you can hear, but as it delays and it trails away, it becomes darker and darker and darker because every time it comes back into this delay plugin, it's sort of shaping the sound and EQing the sound a little bit more. Let me just put it to 8s and take a listen. Oh, that's kind of cool. So that gives you a brief description of delay and how to use it. So I hope that helps you, and thanks for watching.